Peace to the family. How's everybody doing? We on here live. Pardon my tardiness. I need you all to understand that I'm live here in Toronto, Ontario. Live, Toronto, Ontario. That's where we are today. And I'm very delighted that you all can make it. I haven't been able to really say 3 hours in advance we're going to be on live, 4 hours in advance like I normally do, because I've been basically at random doing these live streams to make sure I stay consistent. I always want to make sure I'm not just talking about anything. I need to talk about something. So today what we're going to discuss is very, very important. We're going to be talking about sexual potency today. And in fact, we may have to talk about this a number of times. And the reason why we may have to talk about this a number of times is on account of the fact that there's a correlation between the mental anguish that we are exhibiting as a community and the libido, the sex drive. I need you all to understand that. Peace to the family in the chat. I see everybody's in here, man. Came in here pretty quick. Let's make this happen. So I got a lot to discuss. I want you to know how serious this is. And when I say serious, it's so real that when I'm done teaching here, guess where I'm going to be at? I walk out this door and into a lecture hall where I'll be teaching class. That's correct. I actually, when I'm finished with here, I'm going to be going down the hall to teach class. So I'm doing this roughly 2 hours or less before I teach a 3-4 hour class. Non-stop putting in work. And that's a health class because everyone's excited about the health course. So they asked me if I could divide what I do today between economics and health. So I told them, I'll do you one better. I'll do the economics course y'all asked me for and talk about the PPSA, which is similar to the UCC in America. That's the Canada version. So I said, I'll talk about the PPSA out here in Canada. And then I will give you your health class. But as a consolation, what I will do is do a special health class here. So what I don't cover there, you can combine the two. And this class is inspired by the good brothers and sisters from Canada. If you watch the previous posts that we put up, you see I got some very strong and very supportive following out here in Canada. And because of the love and the attention that they have given me and the sellout show for me to come here. And with me, it's short notice because my schedule's so intense. I have to tell people sometimes, I'll let you know in 2 weeks if I could come there 2 weeks later. Or 3 weeks, or whatever the case may be. And in very short notice, thank you for showing the love about the app, brother Mike Birch. I just seen your comment. Thank you. In such short notice, so many tickets sold that I said, man, I got to give y'all whatever y'all want. So they've been asking me to do phone conversations with them. I did that yesterday. It was so powerful to hear so many of the sisters so excited to speak and the brothers to just be so confident in their approach towards asking questions and showing their appreciation for the work that I just said, man, I'm so fueled by the support of the people. I'm all yours. So the people are en route while we're going to have this class, but I guaranteed them that there will be a class up here that they can look at when we come in. And so we have found ourselves here, and we definitely must discuss what's taking place in this community. Because they are targeting the wombs and the penises of the community. We just got to keep it real. Now, a lot of people don't like to keep it real. And I understand why. Because we're in a world filled with all sorts of fake items that are affixed or attached to us as appendages to who we are. You know, so I get it. I totally get it. I totally get it. However, we got to keep it real today. Today, we're going to keep it real. And what we have to discuss is the elephant in the room. And the elephant in the room is no one really wants to talk about how we've been implicated sexually. But keep in mind, if you deal with slavery, you understand one of the main things that had to take place, whether it's the white slave master or the Arab slave master, was the emasculation of the black man. It was to the point that even if they killed the black man, they would still cut his penis off when it was all said and done. Why is that? They took penis envy to a whole nother level. And like Dr. Francis Cross Wilson said, we see that psychology in their sports being played out. We see it even in the drugs that they give to you, like cigars and cigarettes, the necessity to put a stick in your mouth. Now you may say, man, so you're saying everybody that smokes really wants to be a cocksucker? I'm not saying that. Walk with me. I'm saying that your oppressor has a fixation with the black man's penis. The oppressor, the one that everyone identifies as the oppressor, he has a fixation on the black man's and woman's genitalia. Absolutely true. And so whenever he goes on attack, it normally leads to the destruction of our private parts. But you have to keep in mind the psychology of it all, family. Keep in mind the psychology of it all. What is the psychology of it all? That in every story that he gives you in the name of religion, you have to feel ashamed. What is it you have to feel ashamed of? You have to feel ashamed of your body parts. Think about it. When you curse somebody out, and what's a curse? A curse is when someone maybe even casts a spell on somebody. A curse is something where you have that stroke of bad luck because someone created that around you. That's a curse. That's a curse. So what does curse words have to do with sexuality? Well, when you're mad at somebody, you call them a what? Mother effer, right? Because they used to force us into having sex with our mothers. When you're mad at somebody, you call them a pussy. You call them a dickhead. You call them an asshole. Why do you call them body parts? And you curse them. That is to say, you shun them. You give them bad luck. So you're giving bad luck to the person you're mad at by calling them a vagina, by calling them a penis, by calling them anus or rectum. Think about it. Think about the psychology. If when you're angry with someone, you refer to them as one of your private parts, then that means that you are ashamed of your private parts. If I'm upset with a brother and I say, yo, you pussy, then guess what happens? I'm calling him a vagina. Now, if I don't like this black man and if I loathe this black man, think about what I'm saying, family. If I loathe this black man and I hate him so much that I have to call him a pussy, then guess what happens? Do I not hate pussy at that moment? I mean, I love the vagina, right? But if I want to condemn somebody, why would I call them the very thing that I love unless I actually hate it? Unless I think something's wrong with it. Think about the psychology. I have a conflict with a black man. Let me call him something that I like, something that ushers my children into this world. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Why are we calling each other body parts? And you see, in comedic science, each body part had a correspondence to a nature. In comedic science, every body part had a connection to a nature. Okay, that's in comedic science. But guess what, family? Is that the case today? We don't identify with our body parts as something sacred. No, We create shame. If a woman so much as shows a little leg, we have made it a crime. We castigate her before the whole world. Man, no, you're actually ashamed because of what you may think, because you're angry, here it comes, that you are attracted. You're upset because you are attracted to this black woman. I'm fixing this around so I could look at this Marcus Garvey seat over here. There we go. Let's work on this light. Let's work on this light situation. Pardon me, family. That's the seat, the last chair Marcus Garvey sat in Canada. One of the last places Garvey was at. That's a fact. Walk with me. Hold on, family. I just need that light. There we go. I need some better lighting. Now we talking. Now we could go in. I don't want it dark. Someone said I could tell you love to teach, Polight. Heck yeah. So I'm putting this time in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yep, but this is the last seat. Let me show y'all this. This is where I'm at, family. This chair was used by the Honorable Marcus M. Garvey. Birth, August 17, 1887. June 11, 1940, the founder and first president general of the Universal Negro Improvement Association, when in conventions in Toronto, Division 21, Marcus Garvey's famous statement, "Up your mighty race, you can accomplish what you will," epitomized the objectives of the UAIA. Then we got his picture up here. We'll show you there closer. But yeah, this is the seat that Marcus Garvey sat in last time he came out here in Canada. And right now I'm at the Jamaican Canadian Association. Marcus Mosiah Garvey. He got his plaques and everything on the wall. Certificate of authenticity. The undersigned hereby certify that this is a genuine Jamaican coin issued by the Bank of Jamaica to honor my father, Jamaica's first national hero. This coin is electroplated with 24-karat gold and is not legal tender. History. It's only a chair. Then you don't understand history. You really don't understand history if you say it's only a chair. You don't understand what's called psychometry. See, people say Polight, don't always respond to people in the chat. No, this is an educational moment, family. So let me talk to you about what's only a chair. Why do you think it's so important to get Michael Jackson's glove? Or one of Whitney Houston's items? Or whatever the case may be. When it comes to very popular or famous people. Why do you think this? I can tell you why. It's something called psychometry. And if you ever saw movies where the detective comes in and he comes in contact with the crime scene, sometimes it's like he has an extra sense of what transpired. He could almost see what took place by coming in contact with the items. The science is called psychometry. And that's when you can get a read or be impressed by the energy of something because someone else or something took place in the same atmosphere that that object is presently in. And when you come in contact with that object, it resonates with you and you can get a read of the energy. So if I want to read a book about Marcus Garvey and I'm inspired by Marcus Garvey, then it behooves me to get in touch with the things that Marcus Garvey was connected to. See, this is African spirituality. This is African spirituality. So you can view these things as just material things, as you say, brother, and men give it meaning. No, the man that was alive created something around it. This is the reason why people pass down sweaters and pass down kilts and garments from one generation to the next. The whole symbolism behind it is the passing down of energy, not actually the item. The energy and emotion invested into the item as associated with the person that's being revered. But again, I don't expect everyone to understand this. And this is not a knock to you, my good brother. You may not be at that point in conversation to appreciate this part. This does not mean you slow. You just may not be at that point in conversation. Okay? But what I'm telling you is the reason why the chair means so much to me is because one of the people I highly revere that has motivated me in this mission to do that which I do has sat in that chair. Just like people go to cemeteries where their family's buried, it's the concept of them being so close to their ancestors materially. It's the concept that this is the last place that their physical essence is. And there's a resonant frequency that comes from their bones, that's emitted from the ground, because we are linked to our ancestors by blood and by consciousness. Therefore, when I leave, in essence, I'm still here. It's called psychometry. So I just want you to take that into consideration for the other people that may be saying to themselves, hey, it's just a chair, Brother Polight. Lighten up. It's not just a chair. It's not just a chair. Let's do this. If a person has sex all over a bed, and you knew they was always having sex on that bed, and then, hey, no, we cleaned the sheets and everything. Don't worry about it. You will still feel away. If you were sitting in a car and you knew somebody just had some wild sex in the seat that you were sitting in, despite the car wash, you still might say, I don't know if I want to sit here. Because you're thinking about the energy and everything that took place, no matter how good it got cleaned. So energy is a very real thing, and energy can leave residues. That's right, there can be a residue of energy that is left, whether it's positive or negative. You ever been in a room where a group of people are together and they start discussing a bunch of things that's very positive, has them elated, they're enlightened, everyone's having a good time, everyone's interfacing and connecting with each other, and guess what happens? Somebody walks into the room, and just like that, there's a shift in energy, and people start talking about, well, I got to go to work. Well, I got to go to school. Well, you know, I got to call it a wrap. I got to pick up the children. I'm getting tired. I got to head home. And you say, dang, that one person came in here, and suddenly everybody felt like they had to leave. Have you ever experienced something like that? Because they're on a lower frequency. And once everybody as a collective start vibrating on the same frequency, it compromises the integrity of the connectivity of those people. So it's an energy and conscious thing. It's an energetic thing that we're dealing with. All right? So keep that in mind. We always got to realize energy is very real. Maybe the way people present the ideas that relate to energy may be hard to assimilate or to take in a practical manner. I understand that. But when we learn about the law of thermodynamics and the set form of conservation, that energy can either be changed or destroyed. You know what I'm saying? It could take certain form, but it's not going to be destroyed. The law of thermodynamics and the set form of conservation, we then can come to the conclusion. You know what? Then things have to remain somewhere, because if we can't destroy the energy, where does it go? And now we don't need your bogus afterlife stories. Why don't we need your bogus afterlife stories? Because we already learned you can't destroy energy. So whatever is impelling my body to move around still exists when I'm not here, according to the law of thermodynamics and set form of conservation. You see, that could have been my body. That could have been my Torah. That could have been my Quran. You pick whichever one makes you happy. You can integrate ideas from several of them if you choose. But the reality is we leave energy wherever we are in the form of consciousness. It's something called an aura, but in science or bacterial genetics, we'll call it the microbiome. And the microbiome is the microorganisms in the form of bacteria that exist outside of you, that correspond with different elements, that correspond with different colors, that people in the metaphysical world call an aura. But in doing the research, I'm like, oh shoot, it's the microbiome. But the science world won't tell you what they're talking about in terms of the aura is real. But they'll call it the microbiome. And it's actually a bunch of bacteria that exists outside of your body. And some people have the lowest forms of bacteria that exist outside their body, and other people have the highest forms of bacteria that exist outside of their body. And guess what? You leave that bacteria around when you come places and you go places. And hopefully the type of consciousness you have, you leave good bacteria around, because you don't take it all with you when you leave. It's constantly growing and it's constantly changing, and each one corresponds with a different element. And some elements make it pink, and some elements make it blue, and some elements make it red. I can't wait until I do the Kemetic Science workshop so I can show you these things. It's an absolute fact. Absolute fact. I'm giving you reference points in the form of words that correspond with the studies, so you can see, whoa, that is the term we needed, microbiome. And each one of these germs, each one of these bacteria, I should say, correspond with an element that is made up of most, which is where you get the color and the transitions of the color based on which bacteria is more prevalent, which is to say which bacteria is being more responsive to the functionality of the human that is thinking or operating. So if you're on a low frequency, you're gonna have not so good bacteria around you. They call an aura, we'll say microbiome, that gets suspended in time and space, depending on the attitude of that particular person. And this is very important to sex too, because when you start sharing fluids with the opposite sex, you're taking on their aura, so to speak. But now we can say you're taking on their bacterium. You're taking on their bacterium. So when male and female get together, you're taking on a whole lot more than just seminal fluids, than just sexual fluids. So I need y'all to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Let's get it in, y'all. Let's have a good time. So what we'll do right now is I appreciate that, Quentin Hayward. We're going to do right now, before we get into the thick of this conversation, because we got to get into the thick of this conversation. I'm not even playing around. But you see, I'm responding to things that I read as well, just to let the people know it's all love. You feel what I'm saying? Just to let you know, if I catch it when you're talking, I connect with you. Definitely going to connect with you. Peace, Mike Jones. Definitely going to connect with you. But it's just me here, man. I'm going in. But there definitely is a conspiracy to destroy us. Again, keep in mind, family, when this is done, I walk out this door, I walk into a lecture hall. I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 995 Arrow Road, the Jamaican Canadian Association. I'll be teaching here today. They just gave me a nice room so I could get it in, so I could connect with the people. And I promised the people out here that I would definitely connect. Promise the people. So we're gonna have a good time. You're going to have a very, very good time connecting with the people. Yep, microbiome. You got it. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. You know, a lot of people will never be able to fully appreciate what we have to offer, because I'm gonna tell you this, with the course that I'm about to do, we got a serology course. And that's how you could tell people are actually sick. It's so, like, when people say, Brother Polight, these men that are constantly talking about you over and over and over, how come you don't get tempted to mention their names and start doing a bunch of streams down the line, amongst a number of other reasons, business-wise? Because I don't make a brand out of talking about other people. I'm already me. If you made a brand talking about me, why would I make a brand talking about you, talk about me? All I have to do is continue doing what I do, and then you'll continue to make material based on the things that I say, you know, and you have to distort it, because if it's exactly what I'm saying, then people could just come to me the source. So you have to take what I say and you have to contort it so you can make your media somewhat authentic by making it somewhat original, because you have to distort the original message in order to establish your media, since your media is centered around me. Think about it. But what does this have to do with health? I can tell who's a diabetic just looking at the darkness on their cheeks, or where the red begins on their cheeks and when it stops. This is what we're going to be talking about. I can tell the person is sick based on how white their tongue is, or how thick the line is that goes down their tongue. We can look into their eyes and we can see where the dots are in their eyes, if it's at 6 o'clock, or if it's at 3 o'clock, or if it's at 12. So I can tell if there is a kidney problem, lymphatic system problem, pancreas problem. I can tell if you're chrome deficient, which is probably what shut down your pancreas or has it on decline, where it's hard for you to produce the insulin that you need because you're chrome deficient. I can tell when your liver is blowing out, and your liver corresponds with silver, like your heart corresponds with gold, like your pancreas corresponds with chrome. You need to get into that health course, because you rely on these people that only got treatments for you, you're going to go nowhere. You need to get into that health course. Then you can see the toxic mentality of the people for what it is. I forgive them all the time, because if cancer could talk, they will upload YouTube videos and talk about me all day. If diabetes can talk, it will upload videos all day and talk about me. Understand, everything from your aura to your skin is nothing but microorganisms coming together to do work. Not all germs is a bad thing. So when you see this corruption and this negativity in the community, understand it's germ warfare. Literally, germ warfare. People are sick. People are actually sick. And what we're doing is creating an instance in time. We're creating an instance in time where we can say, you know what? We need to start healing ourselves and being able to see the pathologies within the confines of the members of our family. Because the reality is, family, a lot of us are not going to make it simply because of our addiction to the things of this world. You'll have a conscious person turn around and tell you, you know what? I don't deal with the scriptures because the white man gave that to us. I can't trust him, but then you'll deal with the food he gave you. How selective? Because you're addicted to the food, but you're not addicted to his knowledge. So you gave up his knowledge in the form of literature, but you adopted the food. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today here in Toronto. Gene food consistency. Gene food consistency. That's what I'm going to be talking about today. Gene food consistency. And for this stream today, we have to get into the conspiracy to destroy the sexual potency. That is to say, the libido of the black man and the black woman. And it manifests itself as overzealous men who try to capture the heart, minds, and the attention of other black men. You know why? Because no man can have a woman in his life watching him talk about another man for hours. It's a sign of insecurity. The number one reason men hate other men is because that man may be making more money, and men tend to associate a lot of money with the ability to have a lot of women. And the next reason men antagonize other men out of insecurity is because that man has the respect, the appreciation, or is always in the circles of women. And as I always ask, because if it's a disease, it has to be consistent with reality. Show me a man that you stay seeing with women that's uploading videos left and right, talking about other men and degrading other men. I'll wait. I'll wait. Show me a man that preoccupies his time talking about other men over and over and over again, and show me their woman supporting them day to day. Show me their women. Show me. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm still waiting. Show me a man. There we go. I'm still waiting, even after the video froze. Listen, it's so real. I want you to see it for what it is. These guys, if you look at them, you can see their insecurity in their face. They're not confident. They don't think they can get men. Listen to what I said. It's like they're trying to get men. Look how the truth come out. They don't think they can get the men's attention that they so desire. Because you know, they're actually trying to get my attention, you know. They're actually trying to get my attention. If I could just say their name once. They pull up in spots where no one knows them. Yo, look at him looking at me. And actually put up a video, look at Polight, look at me. Yeah, he didn't know how big I really am. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you don't have a woman in your life? Is your woman proud of you for doing that? Does she know I don't know you? Does she know that someone had to send me the video to say, yo, Polight, be careful. Dude is a stalker. We in here laughing. My publicist is like, yo, listen, one more of those, and you got to deal with that the right way. You got to deal with the right way. Now, someone says this is ego tripping. But listen to what the conversation is. Any of the men propagating massive slander and anger, most of these people don't even show their own face, a sign of insecurity. How many videos you going to keep posting online and don't show your own face? But you're talking about other men over and over and over. Then the next group of men, you never see them with women. You never see them with women. And you think nothing's wrong with that. You think having leaders that you can't associate seeing with women, let's say we begin to follow you. Where's the inspiration to get with a woman and also make children? Where's the inspiration? This is part of the conspiracy to destroy the sexual potency of the black man and the black woman. Because now you have womanless leaders. We're about to get back into the herbs, family. But now you have womenless leaders. Men who never show you them in harmony with women. And furthermore, keep a consistent relationship with at least a woman from 1 year to the next. They get the freedom of just being single men out there every time you see them. You never have to obligate them to staying in their children's life because you don't know their children. You never have to obligate them to staying with at least one woman from 1 year to the next. Nope, they can be in and out of relationships. And matter of fact, you don't even know if they ever are in a relationship in the first place. Then when you see that violent, angry, and consistent charge against another black man, people say, but why are they doing this, Brother Polight? And you know what Brother Polight says? They're doing it because they're sexually frustrated. And the very thing they want is something they see in me. They want women. They see me with women. Therefore, you must attack. So you know they're going to say, oh, man, I don't want to deal with those women you deal with. Ain't nobody care. I ain't saying you want to deal with my women or the women that I'm around. I'm saying you're frustrated. You probably can't even see your penis. You let yourself go so long that when I come and teach health, you got to be in here with the toxicity. But I know what you're doing. You want to distract people from the insecurity that exists within yourself, because when we start speaking about health, you feel like everyone's staring at you. But family, I want to let you know, we all are on our own process. And so long as you're making effort to transform, you're blessed, because everyone doesn't have the sense to transform. Everyone doesn't have the sense to transform. I'm here to talk to you. We don't look at people, we look into people. So you have to learn when cancer is talking to people. Because some of these people are the epitome of cancer, epitome of diabetes. Some of these people are the epitome of AIDS, high blood pressure, lupus. You think that your body can be sick and you not be sick as well? Let's think about it, family. You think that your body, you think you can be sick and you don't manifest sickness in your conversation? You don't manifest sickness in your interaction with your brother or with your sister? It's disease talking in this community because everyone's smart until it's time to tell them what to put in their mouth. Pause. Once you start telling people what to put in their mouth, we just going to omit that part of conversation. Once we start getting down to actually empowering ourselves, you want to talk about black on black crime. There's no such thing as black on black crime unless you're going to talk about the violence perpetrated amongst us, by us, in the form of the foods we choose to eat. Everything else is a farce. McDonald's is a form of violence in the black community. And people electing to eat that crap is perpetuating the violence. How you think you're going to be brilliant and you still eating this flesh? Oh no, because I'm trying to stay big. That's been debunked several times. We in 2017, plenty brothers and sisters is showing. Oh no, you can manage your weight being vegan. It's not hard. So just admit it, family. You are addicted to blood meat. You need the taste of blood in your mouth. He has made you a carnivore. Is this true? He makes you taste from amongst your own kind. He puts dead baby fetuses in your drinks. It's even in your naked juice. He's not playing. He's not playing. He's creating a whole new type of black man and black woman. And it's a war going on right now because you can talk about everything in the world, but once you start talking about health, these Negroes start getting violent. We could talk about everything we want to talk about, but look how they tap dance around the conversation. Why don't we try to outdo each other in terms of health? Why don't we bang on each other in terms of what's the best greens to take? How much chlorophyll should we have a day? The weight to water ratio or the weight to water intake ratio. Why we don't have those conversations? Why are we not so zealous to have those conversations? Because we like to be crazed. We like to be crazed. We want to be driven out our mind. It feels good. We don't want no discipline. Show me a man that's putting up videos every day about another man, and I'll show you that same man got no damn woman, no record of it. Because there ain't no woman in her right mind going to let her man talk about another man for so long. We've seen it countless times in this community where men talk about me so much if they have a wife, their wife want to be with me. Right. We've seen it. I posted the text messages. You only can talk, I could only be in your pillow talk for so long until she wish I'm on her pillow. Ooh. Several brothers. And you know what those brothers do? They wind up saying all sorts of things. Like, I killed my baby. And you know what? No matter what they say about me, it can't penetrate the way it will penetrate if I saw the woman I'm sleeping with every day start connecting with the man that I made my enemy, that I'm in the pillow talk. There ain't nothing none of these brothers can say to me. You can't talk to me when your wife talk to me. Polight, you're wrong. You shouldn't talk to people's wives. I'm always right if he's saying that I killed my daughter. I'm always right. If you're talking about me all the damn time, if you're slandering me, it's always right. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, baby. I don't know where you guys are from. I'm from BK. There's just, at certain points, those rules don't apply. I don't talk to people's wives. I mind my business. I ain't never been in no situation where somebody said, yo, he been making a hit in the past at my wives. I'm very respectful. But come on, man. You're not going to say I killed my child and then turn around and say, yo, that's not right, though. You messing with my wife. Your wife messing with me. That's not right. Let me stop. You know, it's like 6 Negroes right now watching this, acting like they didn't see this, that's going to start doing videos. And all they doing is waiting for when I post that pic with their wife and I going out to have a little fun. You do your thing, man. Because y'all don't know. I sit here on evidence for like 10 months and wait until you exhaust yourself with all your slander. And right when you think I'm done with you, right when you think you're done with me, then I'll rehash it like, oh, since you said everything you had to say, I know your insecure self. You don't feel good as a man. So this to you is a big blow. But you see, to me, it's not a big blow. I'm very secure with myself. I create a situation where I can be around women enough so I don't grow insecure. No, this is very much on topic because this is about the conspiracy to destroy the sexual potency of the black man and the black woman. And what you need to understand is the hatred exhibited and demonstrated amongst black men and black women comes out of the insecurity for what the black man or the black woman may be able to do to the opposite sex in retrospect to their inability to do it. Did I say that too fast? Let me say it slower. The main reason black women are hating other black women is because certain black women's ability to attract other black men. The main reason black men are spewing hatred at other black men is because of those black men's ability to attract the opposite sex. This is part of the sickness. I guaranteed you, if these people took these herbs and they were to reestablish their potency, they simultaneously will reestablish their confidence. Listen to what I'm telling you. This is the workings of people with low self-esteem. Slander, backbiting, trolling, stalking comes from people who are not sexually secure with themselves. And it's the food that we eat that creates this degenerate behavior. We're going to go into that. But you got to wake up and see it for what it is. I just got to go into that before I start telling you the herbs and the sciences that correspond with it. We need to see the manifestations, the workings of the dis-ease, people that are not easy. In fact, people that are difficult to talk to. This conscious community is like a supermarket that we run into because the world is filled with zombies. So you know what we do? We run into the supermarket like this. We got to get in there and get away from the zombies. So it's like 15 of us in here. That's called the conscious community now. Because everyone's dead. Everyone's a zombie outside the supermarket. So now we inside the supermarket. We like, look, it's 15 of us here. There's a lot of food. There's bathrooms here. We might be able to last a year. In a year's time, we could kind of figure out what we're going to do. What's the next move? Maybe those people die. We safe. We got everything barricaded. But no one told you. It's like 1, 2 people inside the damn supermarket that's also a zombie that also got bit and didn't even keep it real. They want to come amongst us knowing that they got bit. So now we got to get the hell out of the supermarket, back into the world of all the zombies, because we can't afford to lock ourselves in with someone that we love and care about, that we wanted to help, that's also a goddamn zombie. That's the conscious community for you. We're supposed to be the ones that's on point, but then when you talk to them about health, over their head. But I'm telling you, I can tell people are actually sick because of their preoccupations. If you pay attention enough, women are jealous of women because of the women that have a pill. It's one of the #1 reasons women have problems with other women, because they may be jealous because of their attraction. It don't even got to be their butt. It don't even got to be their breast. Sometimes it's just their personality, their attitude. Another woman will look at that woman and just not like that woman because that woman's attitude just uplifts people and makes people connect with them. Women will be women. Women will be mad at women because other women like those women. It's this sickness. It's a pathology in the community. It's a pathology. I'll refer you to some of the books real soon. And same thing with the men. I'm talking to you. You think these men really are concerned about the things they're concerned about? Nobody is that mad about anybody unless they see something in that person that reminds them of that which they wanted to achieve. And every time they see that person, that person reminds them of what they always wanted, but they yet to have or demonstrate. And therefore, infatuation becomes infatuating. Infatuation becomes infatuating. First, you have an infatuation with somebody. First, you're like, you know what? I kind of like that. I want to do that too. I want to teach too. I want to get views too. I want to sell out shows too. I want to have a bunch of women too. I want to have some money too. But I don't have no money. And I don't have no shows. And I don't get those views. And I don't get that attention. And I don't have the women. You know what? Every time I see him, he reminds me of what I don't have that I always wanted. Infatuation becomes infatuating. Now the disease game is on, because a big part of a man and a woman's confidence, whether you want to admit it or not, is their effectiveness in the bedroom. Like it or not. And not just having sex, but just knowing you can when you do engage somebody. Just knowing that you can do it. See that? It's true. So I'm telling you, if we start repairing brothers and sisters' health, their attitude will change. If we repair their health, the attitude changes. Hold up real quick, family. I just realized this thing is about to cut off. I'll still talk to you in the interim of me. I got for this thing cut off. Oh, hold on, family. We gotta find this. Okay, that's 0 for 2. Hold on. There we go. Yeah. Hold on, family. Oh shit, it's about to be out. 0%. 0%. Did we make it? Is that shit hooked up? Oh shit. Hold on, family.